Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen. Today I'm sharing with you guys some thrift makeovers. I am so excited to share this with you guys, so let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so for this, I will be redoing a table. I picked this up at Goodwill. It was $3.09. It was super sunny this day, so I tried to get as best a view as I possibly could. I've had this for a year or so, and I thought, why not make it over? It's a super fun looking table. That's why I picked it up at Goodwill, but sometimes these can be really time consuming, and I honestly really have to be in the mood for a good table thrift makeover. So the first thing I did was just sand it down just a little bit, just because I wanted to just spray paint this. I didn't really want to do too much with it, take too much time. So if you have never refinished a table before, I'm not a professional by all means. So if you are a professional and you're looking at this cringing, this works out for me. I seal it, I paint it, and it all works out in the end. This Tidal Pond spray paint, it's a chalk paint by Rust-Oleum. I thought this was a really fun, like modern type color. A lot of people ask what I do with all of my tables and thrift makeovers. I do sell these. I actually sold this table for, I want to say $25. I don't sell my stuff for super expensive just because I just really like doing this. I have fun doing it, and as long as I can get some of my money back, I am totally okay with that. So I just spray painted the top, and then this Caviar by Dixie Belle, I went in and painted the bottom. It is a black, but I feel like it has just a little bit of gray to it. I just love this color. I think it's super pretty, and I love using Dixie Belle mineral chalk paint. It goes on so nice, and it normally only needs one solid coat. Now I'm going to be using a Chalk Couture transfer. I just started selling Chalk Couture a few months ago and using it, and I absolutely love it. It just makes any kind of piece, and especially thrifted items, it just makes everything look so much nicer. And like I said, I did end up selling this table, so if you do sell things or you just want to redo something, I really recommend Chalk Couture. It's super fun to do. It's a really relaxing hobby for me as well. You just use some of this chalk paste, this scraper, and these transfers. Once you peel them off, I feel like it's always a perfect stencil. I am not a stencil person by all means, but these transfers, they have a sticky back. You wash them and they get sticky all over again. It's almost like magic, but I absolutely love using these because there is perfection every single time. Here is the part that is so satisfying to watch, especially when you peel off this transfer and you see how perfect it turns out. I love every bit about using these transfers and having just this satisfaction of pulling everything off. I also did the same thing with the top piece. The top piece did come off. This actually fell apart as I was pulling it out of a Goodwill, but they kind of looked at me and I was like, yep, it's fine. This table is $3. I will just get some wood glue and fix it. And that is exactly what I did. You're going to see in a minute that I did end up having to use wood glue to make sure the top was not going to come off again. I'm just using the Gorilla Glue wood glue. This is actually all they had at my Dollar General, but Gorilla Glue is a great glue, so I figured it would work just fine. If you have the Elmer's wood glue, any kind of wood glue, I'm sure will work just fine. But I just put it in all the holes and the tops of the spindles, and then I just put the top piece right on. I do seal this with a Rust-Oleum clear coat, and I will link that for you guys. I never remember to take a photo of it because usually later on I just spray everything all at once, especially if it's on like a good, nice, like 70-degree day. I just do everything at one time, and I never bring my camera out there just because I'm like so close to getting everything done. But yes, I always spray everything down. I do 2 or 3 coats just to make sure that nothing is going to come off. And this is what it looks like when it is done. I absolutely love this piece so much. This is a really easy one. I'm just using this flat black by Krylon. I do not love Krylon Krylon spray paint, but I picked up these white chickens for 25 cents a piece. I recently did a garage sale haul. If you guys want to get a better look, I obviously didn't want to show you guys. Anyways, they were just white chickens. They kind of had some red on there from like chipping. I'm not really sure. I think maybe someone spray painted them white. Who knows? But just spray painting them black, and this just gives such a nice little upgrade to a thrift item. So I definitely think this is a great way to start off thrifting. If you don't know what to do, you can always take spray paint, paint it the color that you want, and this is what they look like when they're done. I love the flat black color or the matte colors, just so they're not super glossy and shiny, and I think these look so stinking cute sitting on my hutch. Another garage sale makeover. It was this cute little stool. Obviously it was not the prettiest. It took forever to sand. My sander, it needs a new, I can't remember what it's called, but it needs something new because my sandpaper is not sticking, so it's kind of a pain. But this, someone painted this like 4 times, so this took so long to get all of the paint off because I wanted the normal or the wood color underneath. And I don't think I got it 150%, but I'm using this dark walnut stain, and then I'm just going to be putting this over the top and then painting the bottom. I just love using stain when I'm outside and in the mood. So I usually like to mix colors like acrylic paints with some water and make like a stain so I can do it inside. But if it's nice outside and I'm really in the mood to make a mess and get my hands all nasty, no, I don't have gloves on, but if you do use vegetable oil or olive oil, any kind of sort of oil you have, will take the stain right off your hands like nothing. It is like magic. So I started off using this ivory color by Waverly, and I started to paint the bottom. And then once I ended up doing that, I ended up changing my mind later down the road. So once this had a first coat, I was like, you know what? I don't want it to be this color. I really love the celery color by Waverly. I also love the moss color. They're like some really, really pretty green colors, but that's what I ended up going with for the bottom because, I don't know, I'm just really in that green mood. I just really like the green color, so that is definitely what I went with. So here's the celery color. It's a little bit lighter. This took 2 coats, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like chalk paint shouldn't take 2 coats, but it took 2 coats. Everything was dry. I ended up using the Chalk Couture transfer. Once again, this one says Country Kitchen, and it says bringing home the bacon with a little pig on the top. I think this is super cute, and I'm just using the chalk paste. This new stuff, I don't know what it is. I've used the chalk paste by Chalk Couture, and this is like the newer chalk paste. This glides on smoother than frosting on a cake. Like, seriously, like I said, I think this is one of the most relaxing things, but I think this just gives it such a great look. Do not get me wrong, you guys. I absolutely love using my Cricut. Love it, but sometimes you just want something that is not vinyl and you can reuse these over and over again. So I love this. So here you go, you guys. Here is the reveal. It always comes out so perfect. I just love it, but I thought this looked still a little plain, so I just added these. I think they're like greenery pieces. I'm not really sure exactly what that is called, but I just kind of wanted something on the corners, so I added those to each corner, and that was it for this cute little stool makeover, and it only cost me 25 cents. So these houses, I picked these up for $3.09 at Goodwill, and I painted them white. They were kind of like an 80s type color. They're like that blue. Anyways, I've had these painted forever. I don't know where the footage is of what they looked like before, but trust me, they were not pretty. And I'm just going to be using the Celery by Waverly. This is Tilled Soil by Martha Stewart. I picked this up at Michael's a long time ago. I don't know if they sell the color anymore because it was clearance like 2 years ago, but it's still really going strong over here. And then I'm going to be using the Waverly chalk paint and elephant to paint the third house. So I thought these would look really fun stacked, or, you know, kind of like up against each other, or, you know, just okay. Stacked. We're going to say stacked in front of each other. They would look cute together. I'm going to use these Chalk Couture transfers once again. This is a chalk paste that is fantastic. Fantastic. I think that's all you can buy now. But anyways, like I said, I will leave a link in the description box below because I did start selling Chalk Couture. So you guys want to check it out. It's pretty dang awesome. Just using a fuzzing cloth. That's what you always want to do when you start using Chalk Couture, is just fuzz your transfer so it doesn't rip the paint off and so it doesn't stick and never come off your, no, that wouldn't happen. But, you know, you don't want the paint to come off. So you definitely want to fuzz your stuff. Using this same white chalk paste, just going to be going over this. No, these did not, they weren't the same size as my houses. You can get some surfaces that match these. Also, the Dollar Tree houses, the shadow boxes, ones sometimes you cannot find, they do fit some of those, like the shorter, like wider ones. Those do fit pretty good on here. I don't have any to use, or I definitely would. But anyways, these houses look super cool. I probably should have moved the transfer around just a little bit so the bottom wouldn't be so plain. But you know what? This is the first time I tried out these house stencils on something that was technically not supposed to go on these. Like, I mean, you could say, what am I doing? Should I delete that? No, I'm not going to delete it. You know what? We all talk. We all ramble. People tend to say that I'm a fast talker. I don't know if it's Michigan or what, but we talk fast. And my family talks fast. We just have to get through because we all like to talk. So if we want to talk, we have to talk fast before someone interrupts us. It's just, you know what? It's just how it works around here. Anyways, I've never used these transfers for houses that were smaller than what they were for. Actually, I've never used them. This is the first time I've used them. And I actually think they turned out really cute for me, not knowing exactly where to put them. But I will definitely next time kind of remember to move them around just a little bit if I do like smaller houses. But either way, I think these are super cute. I love the way they turned out. I actually ended up putting these on my hutch stacked in front of each other. And they all match like the color of my decor, so that makes it even more exciting. I like the brown, I like the gray, and I like the celery color all together. I think they are just super cute. This is what they look like when they're done. Yes, the top one or the front one, the small one, did kind of mess up because I was not using like a clean transfer, so that tends to happen. But anyways, super cute. I absolutely love these. Okay, this is my favorite thing I think I've ever made in my entire life. This cupboard door was $3 from a yard sale. This was also in my garage sale haul, yard sale haul video. And I'm just going to be taking the dark walnut stain once again. This is the only color stain I have. So if you're like, why do you always use this? Because I will not buy another stain till this one is completely gone. Even if I want another color, I will use this one because I've bought stain before, dried up. Maybe I didn't put the lid on all the way. Anyways, I felt like I wasted it because stain's not cheap. Then I'm just using another Chalk Couture stencil. I promise you guys, I didn't intentionally mean to do Chalk Couture on almost every single one of these. But I kind of did because I absolutely just love using them. And I love the farmhouse style. This general store transfer is my favorite. I really want to use this again. But here we go. Let's just wait for it, you guys. Comes out perfect. I love it. It kind of looks like it's messed up, but it's definitely not. It's just how the transfer was made and how it is supposed to look. I picked up these handles from Amazon. I've used these in quite a few videos, but I love the way they look, so I wanted to add them to the sides of my sign, my $3 cupboard sign. I'm just measuring to find the center so I can add both of the handles directly in the center without them being off. Trying to get a little more professional in my days, measuring things and, making sure it's perfect. Not using hot glue for these, actually just screwing them in because they did come with screws. yeah, I mean, I just love this. I think it turned out so great. I decided to dry brush. This is just the Waverly chalk paint in white. I'm pretty sure any white paint will do. This is just a chip brush. This is from Dixie Belle as well, but I'm pretty sure you can find a chip brush anywhere. It just kind of works better when you want to dry brush your surfaces. And I'm definitely glad I decided to dry brush this, because once I kind of had it like looking around, I'm like, wow, this kind of looks plain and there's nothing else I'm going to add to this. I didn't want to add greenery. I just wanted it to be a big, nice, pretty sign. And that's what it was. And I absolutely love this. It's very, very big. It's over 2 foot tall, and I just think it is so stinking cute. I just love it. It definitely matches my farmhouse home decor. This table was 25 cents from a garage sale, and I'm just using the Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm rolling this on. I could have probably just used a normal white paint. Probably would have just done the exact same job, because I did have to do 3 coats of this, and I decided to roll it. Normally I just use a paintbrush and paint it, but you know what, sometimes rolling is just a lot easier. It's a lot faster, and this was a really large table, so I really just wanted to get the job done. So I'm rolling just the top with the linen white, and then I go in with this Dixie Belle. This is called Hurricane Gray. I think this is a really pretty color. I actually only had to do 1 coat. Like I said, this Dixie Belle paint is absolutely fantastic. If you start seeing me use this more often, it's because I am sick of having to do more than 1 coat with chalk paint. This is, like I said, is a mineral chalk paint. It just works out really, really good. Or a chalk mineral paint, whatever, you know, same thing. It's a little bit costly. It's a little bit more, but like I said, if you're only going to be doing 1 coat, it's going to last a lot longer, and it's definitely going to be worth the money. So just painting the bottom of this. Once this was all done and painted this Hurricane Gray color, I just went back with my chip brush and just dry brushed with the white paint that I had left over in my tray. I do not like wasting paint whatsoever, so I definitely thought that, you know what, if I have a little bit of paint left, I might as well do some dry brushing so it didn't look so boring. I don't know. I felt like it looked kind of boring. And you see my dog in the background. She always hangs out with me no matter what. She's in here hanging out with me as I'm doing a voiceover. She hangs out with me while I craft. She's just my little companion. She's the sweetest, sweetest little thing. So you can definitely see her in the left-hand corner. She's just absolutely precious. And the last thing I did for this was I went in with my Chalk Couture transfers. Like I said, this was definitely not intentional, but I just love using these when I use thrifted items. Like I said, I just think it makes everything look so much nicer, so much more high-end looking, so much prettier. And you'd never know I picked up any of this stuff at a yard sale. That's what the best thing is about yard sales, Goodwill, is that you can find some really great deals. That's what I was going to say. Not like that, but I just did. But really, seriously, you can find some great deals on items, and you can revamp them for super inexpensive. I thought this would look cute having the Farm Charm decal or this transfer in the middle. A cow on the side. I've used this cow a few times in my videos, and this horse I've actually never used. But I thought that this will look so cute next to each other. I just used this gray chalk paste. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I think there's only honestly 1 gray you could choose from. Going over the top of this, you will see the satisfactory of me taking off the transfer, because that is my favorite part. You guys, that is it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this made you a little more confident in buying thrift items. I'm sorry my craft room is a mess, but that is just where I craft, and it's just always messy. But you guys, if you liked this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!